I'm on the run today, so I'm in the truck and doing video from the truck. Welcome to Tuesday DJ Gig Tips, brought to you by Vibo, the music planning app. I did a video yesterday where I was talking about some of the differences between being like a wedding DJ and a club DJ. I talked about things like when you're doing weddings, this is not a for-profit thing. They're spending money to party. When you're doing a bar or a club, you are there to help the establishment make money. So there are completely different objectives there. Another thing that I talked about, and I spent way more time on it than I really wanted to, was the money, because that's the first thing people think about. It's like, oh, well, I can make more money being a wedding DJ. Yeah, you can. But I broke it down per hour. And I gave some examples of what you might make as a club DJ and what you might make as a wedding DJ, and came out to be the same until you figured in expenses. When you figured in expenses, you're actually making more per hour as a club DJ based on my example. Now, speaking of my example, a lot of people didn't like it. They didn't think that figuring 30 hours per event was fair. They thought, no, there's no way you're putting in 30 hours. It's 15, it's 10. Other people felt like that what I was talking about for expenses per event was inflated quite a bit. It's like, now if I spent $600 per event, I'd question whether or not this was even a business venture I wanted to pursue. Well, look, whatever you do, it's up to you. But I would highly recommend that you come up with a business plan and figure out things like, how much time are you really putting into this? And how much is it really costing you to do business? Whatever your business plan is fine. But have one. Just to buy equipment and charge some rando number to the client for you to do the job is ill-advised. Know what this is costing you. Know how much time goes into it. Now, for those of you who are asking, how could you possibly put 30 hours into an event? That just sounds inflated and ridiculous. I can tell you that the day of, it's usually a 12-hour deal with travel and performance and setup and breakdown and everything else. I can also tell you that if I'm doing a wedding on a Saturday, I'm not doing anything all week except working on that. I am doing timeline creation. There's last minute changes usually, correspondence with the client. I'm doing gear maintenance. I'm doing music prep. I'm doing a lot of things. And I'm testing things too. I don't just take equipment out and assume it's going to be okay. I bench test stuff and make sure it's right. I'm also doing updates to computers, and I'm doing backups and all of that stuff. It takes time. And like I said, it's not something that I can just spend a few hours doing. You'd think you could. You'd think, yeah, this isn't going to take me long. I'm just going to spend the evening before doing these things. No, that's not how it works at all. You spend time doing this stuff. I do anyway. That's how I do it. And I'm not doing this online planner where they just fill in the blanks and I show up. No, it's all custom. Everything I do is custom, which is why I'm commanding the money I'm commanding. If it was McWedding, it wouldn't be hard, but it's not McWedding. It's always custom. As far as the money goes, $600, how could you possibly spend that much money? I will tell you that I hate doing math. But I did math for someone who asked the question in the comment section, broke it down for him best I could. I mean, I was kind of in a hurry today, but gave him an example of how something might cost $500. I was talking about equipment rental fees. I was talking about out-of-pocket expenses, insurance, overhead, monthly music fees, and how much music you need to download per event and what that costs you. I didn't even talk about things like batteries and stuff, and it adds up. When you look at how much this really costs you, it's pretty interesting. But you really have to look at it. You have to figure it out. However you figure it out is fine. I've done videos on this before. Search my channel for business plan if you're interested. There's a couple of them. But some of you might be surprised how much it's really costing you to go out and do events. Mileage on your vehicle. I was figuring in just general mileage for business, which is usually just you driving your car somewhere. We're not talking about hauling freight, which is what we're essentially doing. We're driving a truck and we're hauling stuff. Didn't even figure in freight costs, just figured in basic business travel for that expense, you know, and that alone is like $65. If your home area is like a 100-mile round trip, which is mine is, that takes me from where I live to a resort area, and that is home area. If I go beyond that, I got to charge extra for travel. How much? Depending on how far I'm going. But yeah, have a business plan. That's all I'm suggesting in this video. Doesn't have to be mine, but think about what the cost is of doing business and how much time you're really putting into it, because it matters. That's it. Quick video for you today. We'll see you next time. I appreciate you so much for watching. Practice and enjoy.